arm circles. Tonight you'll need, obviously, well, I guess not obviously, switch directions. Just your set of weights. You shouldn't need anything else besides that. If you have the option of some different levels of weights, I guess, you can always bring them out and see what you can do for each exercise. And switch directions. Good. We'll do some swings in front of us. And we'll go into our leg swings. So first we're working side to side, really pulling from both the lateral and then the medial part of our thighs. Trying to just keep the pull in that hip. We're not twisting ourselves open, staying nice and even. Now we're just going to switch our legs. Whoa, I'm all over the place. And do the same thing. Good. We'll go back to that first leg. And we're going forwards and backwards now. This time we're kind of tapping into those hip flexors and quads and our glutes and hammies. Trying to hold ourselves stable through our core. And switch your legs. Good, we'll go right away into our hip hinges. Feet shoulder width apart, weight in your heels, keeping your back nice and flat. Push your butt to the back wall. Then squeeze those hamstrings and glutes to pull you upright. Really trying to find length in the back of our legs here. Doing about 8 of these. And when you feel pretty warm there, you can spread your feet maybe just a little bit wider and turn your toes out just a little as we drop into our squats, thinking about getting our thighs nice and parallel to the ground. Our heels push against the ground to stand us upright. Again, squeezing those glutes at the top. Doing about 8 of these squats too. And then, when you feel finished up with those, we're going to do that kind of, I don't know why I called the Spider-Man stretch, but spider crawl stretch. So we bend over hands, we go to the ground, we walk out to a nice high plank. Right foot goes outside the right hand. You can drop your right elbow to your big toe to feel a little bit more stretch. But if you don't need that, we're just going to twist. Open up, lifting the right hand to the sky. Hand goes down. We bring our left foot up. We twist again. Return to our high plank. Hands walk back. And then we walk them right back out again. And we repeat for a total of 4 times. Feel a nice full body stretch here. Feel those shoulders start to warm up with movement. Core's starting to get activated. Try to stay down the whole time. Good. And once you feel good there, we'll stand on up. And I'm gonna start our timer. As we start to go through our workouts, to explain these just as we go through. You'll want both of your weights close to you. But obviously we'll need a little bit of room for exercises too. So I'm gonna set my timer to 4 minutes. Sorry. And we'll start. First up, we have our skaters to RDL. So option with or without weights here. We're doing our skater jump, landing on that outside leg, and then incorporating that hip hinge that we just warmed up. Nice flat back. As our leg lowers or lifts, our chest lowers, trying to be explosive, jumping from side to side. Good. Now meet me in a tall kneeling position with one dumbbell. What I want you to kind of think about is doing the ribbon shape here for the halo. So we come up, weight should drop and hide behind your head, swing down in front, and come to the outside of your hip. Then we go the opposite way. So we've got a little oblique work here, lots of shoulder work. Hips are pressed forward. Good. From there, you're gonna grab both weights. We'll lay flat on our back for a chest fly to press. So for our fly, we squeeze, weights go over each shoulder, then we lower elbows, press up. Open, squeeze, lower, press up. This one's nothing new for you guys. Lower, press up. Squeeze, lower, press up. Go there for about 3 more. Then we're just gonna set our weights down and we're gonna have an alternating glute bridge. So set yourself up for what would be a good glute bridge. Then we'll go down, lift your left leg up, press up through your right, lower, switch legs. Again, pretty straightforward for you guys. You've done this. I'm not even sure if you can see my feet alternating, but we're just pushing through opposite feet. I want you to think about having that whole foot planted on the ground. We'll go for about 3 more. Good. Then we're just gonna roll back up, except this time we're sitting up nice and tall for just our standard military press. So we're sitting nice and tall, core is engaged, weights are racked on our shoulders, press up, biceps in by our ears. Heavy shoulder isolation here. Good. Try to keep the shoulders pulled away from your ears. I know we want to kind of lift them, but keep them pulled down and then press straight up so those biceps end by your ears. You don't need to hold a lot of tension in your shoulders. We'll do 3 more. Good. Now we're going to hop up and do a lateral lunge to a hop. So this is just 2 movements combined you guys have done. So we lunge out to the side, nice lateral lunge, and you guys are gonna kind of not like me, but we're just doing half of a burpee. So hands go down, feet go out, feet come in, lateral lunge the other way. So just adding a little hop in between our lunges here. Stay there. We'll do about 3 more of those. Then you'll meet me in just, good, a standard high plank. We have our shoulder taps to our ankle taps. So keeping our back nice and level, alternating tapping shoulders. Then we push up to down dog, reach, try to tap the outside of our ankles. Shoulders, ankles. When we go from ankles to shoulders, we reestablish that good high plank position. Give me one more here. Good. Last exercise, curtsy lunge. You can, of course, have weights on each side, one weight racked, underneath your chin, or no weights, but we're just doing our good alternating curtsy lunges here. That foot that we're moving goes behind and a little outside of the stationary foot. We'll do 3 more here. Good. Excellent work. Quick little breather, and then we'll jump in. So hopefully those exercises make a little bit of sense to you. You feel a little bit more warmed up. And now we dive into, obviously, the bulk of our workout. So we've got the 3 sections of it, 45 seconds, 60 seconds, and then 45 seconds again. So we start with those skater to RDLs. You can use weights here. I prefer not to. I really like to think about activating my hamstrings here and focusing on staying in my legs as I hop and absorb, so I don't carry the weight, because that can kind of throw you off, but you do have the option to use weight here if you want it, okay? So, sorry for the little ramble. Let's start. 45 seconds, skater hops to RDLs here. We're trying to be explosive as we go side to side. Stay really steady in our legs. See if you can get those legs to fire on each part of this movement here. Explosive, trying to jump the same distance side to side. As you come back up, you can sink into that knee a little bit to get ready to jump off of it. 3, 2, 1, good. High kneeling position, we have those halos. So remember, we go from opposite hip, up, elbows stayed in close to our face. That weight should be hidden. Then we swing it around, drop to our opposite hip. No rush in the movement here. I want you thinking about elbows staying in close. That weight being hidden behind the back of your head. In 3 seconds, we're going to our back for chest press or chest fly to press, whichever way in your head makes sense for you. So we squeeze, lower, lift, elbows are in tight to our rib cage as we're doing the press, lowering and lifting. We're feeling our pecs stretch and then squeeze as the weight's lower out to our side. You have the option to hold a glute bridge here. Adds a little bit of difficulty. Good way to amp this up a little bit. Stay there for 3, 2, 1. Weights go down. We have our alternating glute bridges. Remember, we're using our shoulders and hands here as something to push against, to really lift those hips as high as we can. We're using our whole foot flat on the ground. You should feel lots of work in obviously the glute and in the hamstring. Lifting our hips up equally Good, spin onto your butt while grabbing both weights, sitting up nice and tall, pressing in that military press. Trying to lift those arms straight up. Hold yourself up tall with your core, not letting ourselves round forward, just nice and tall. Good. Stay with me for 5 more seconds. Good. Keep both weights in your hands. We go into our lateral lunge with that hop back. Getting nice and low in our lunge. Good little place to push your cardio a little bit. Hop or step your feet back. Whatever's comfortable. Five more seconds here. Weights down, shoulder taps to ankle taps. Get there. Think about really reaching for that opposite outside of your ankle. Fifteen more seconds. Good, last transition. Grab both your weights into our curtsy lunge. Shoulders stay pulled back, core is engaged. Really feeling both inner and outer thigh working here. Good, relax. Okay, round, technically 2 done, but we'll say round 1 done. Get some water, little bit of recovery, and then we will go into round 2, just a little bit longer, 15 seconds longer in each movement, but a solid minute in each movement. So we're really gonna start to feel that muscle fatigue here, but we'll work through it. You guys still have a little bit of time yet to recover. Obviously not tons of cardio today. I'm gonna try to have more of like a strength day, more of a cardio emphasis day. Both days will always obviously include both, but obviously today is a little bit more strength based. We don't have those Tabatas or the EMOMs worked into it. So as always, you guys can text me with suggestions of things you want or class formats that you like. We will get started here with round 2. So this one's gonna be 8 minutes of work here. Try to push your body to keep moving through the whole thing, even if it's slowing down your reps a little bit, but keep yourself moving. So let's get started. We have our skaters to our RDLs here. Back stays nice and strong. Finding a lot of length from the back of the knee to the base of our butt as we go into that RDL. Hips are trying to stay nice and parallel to the ground as we lower. We're not opening up to one side. I want you to feel 4 points of your foot under the ball of your big toe, ball of your pinky toe, and then 2 spots on your heel as you lower in with the balance. 3, 2, 1. We're in that kneeling position in our halos. Hips are forward. We come up, squeeze, back, down. I know this one doesn't seem incredibly hard right now, but those shoulders tomorrow are going to be like, what the heck? Flash back to this moment. Make sure you're bringing that weight to the outside of your hips, getting that little bit of twist work in there in that oblique. Staying up nice and tall, trying to eliminate any wiggle. We're here for less than 10 seconds. Get ready to transition to your back in 3, 2, 1. Chest fly to chest press. Here we go. Open, squeeze, lower, press up. Just being nice and steady in your movement. Really good time to connect the mind to the body. Think about what muscles are working, where you should be feeling it, and feel like you're controlling this weight on both ends of the movement, both as it lowers and as you are trying to move it. As we're squeezing or pressing up. Stay in it for 5 more seconds. And into glute bridges we go. If you feel you need more difficulty, you have the option to lay your weight kind of across your hips here, just adding resistance. But I want you to still think about lifting those hips as high up as you can. Stay in it. We're over halfway. Keep pushing. Again, through 4 points of that foot. Just like we talked about in those RDLs. The whole foot pushes as well as the shoulders to lift and squeeze glutes and hamstrings. Good. Flip up onto your butt, nice and tall. Military press here. Just pressing those arms straight up, controlling the movement down. I want you to think about those elbows staying right in front of you the whole time. So as you lower, you can kind of see your elbows here in the window if you are watching yourself. Halfway through this round. Shoulders are burning. We have 3, 2, 1. Hop up. Weights in both hands. We lunge out. And then have our little hop. Getting nice and low each way. returning upright to center before those weights go down on the ground, and we lunge the opposite side. Keep going, see how many reps you can get here. If you want a little bit more cardio, you can maybe do 2 hops between each lunge. Great way to increase intensity again. Good, weights to the side, high plank, shoulder tap, ankle tap. Getting nice into that high plank before the shoulder tap each time. Feeling steady under your hands. The core is working here. Trying to not rotate those hips. Good, last transition. Grab your weights. We have our curtsy lunges. Right into them. Staying consistent here. Shoulders are pulled back and down our spine. If you can, try and hold those weights about 2 inches off the outside of your thighs. So you have a little bit of shoulder work, lat work, core work, and those aren't just dead weights in your hand. Good. Relax. Woo! Another quick drink. And we're gonna dive into that final round. Another little 45 minutes, or second, not 45 minutes of each exercise. So, we're obviously fatigued in those exercises, but again, think about what you're doing, being cognizant about those muscles you're working and feeling those exact muscles work for you here. So, we're gonna add a little twist this round though. Technically, each section will be we'll do 40 seconds of work, but we're gonna always finish the minute with cardio. So it's kind of Tabata, kind of, except there's not really the rest. You have the option to choose your cardio each time, whatever you want. So like we're gonna do the 40 seconds of skater jumps to RDLs and then go right into 20 seconds of cardio. So if you wanna stay maybe with just quick skater jumps, you can do that, or high knees or burpees or mountain climbers, whatever you want, for 20 seconds to finish the minute. Then we'll go into the 40 seconds of halos, 20 seconds to finish the minute. So technically is another 60-second round, but we're not doing the strength for the whole minute again this time. So be thinking about cardio things that you want to do. We haven't really pushed that heart rate way up today, so maybe choose something that you know can usually skyrocket those a little bit, okay? Let me get the timer restarted. And we go for 8 minutes again, okay? Let's start with our skaters to RDLs, thinking about finding length, working the hamstring of that steady leg. See if you can find stability as you hop, if you can land that, if you can control those muscles in your leg enough under you. We go for our 20 seconds here in 3, 2, 1. I'm just gonna stick with skater jumps, eliminate the RDL, and push back and forth, being explosive off those legs. Touching the ground increases intensity here with these guys. Stay in those legs for 3, 2, 1. Good. Halos. Here we go. Around, down, outside your opposite hip. Woo! Definitely, it's going to increase the intensity of everything. Focus on the strength aspect when you're in it, and the cardio aspect when you're in that. Each serves a different purpose. We go in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna hit mountain climbers this time. Cross body, push. It's quick rounds each time. Three, 2, 1, flip over. We have our chest press to chest fly. So we may have a little difficulty. We're on the ground for a couple exercises here. So you can hop up and do something on your feet. Flip over for mountain climbers. Or you can incorporate in a little intense ab workout you wanted here. I think I might try to do bicycles, but a little quicker pace. I know sometimes I say slow it down, but we'll push the pace. Let's go, 20 seconds. Remember the goal here. Get that heart rate up. Stay in it for 5, 3, 2, 1. Straight away into our alternating glute bridge. Lifting those hips as high as you can. We got this. We're over halfway through. 10 more seconds. Think about your cardio. I'm going to do frog hops this time. You know, I can't get by without them. Into whatever you're doing. Let's go. Push it. Not even 10 seconds left. Good. Sitting right away in the military press. Here we go. Woo! Cores nice, tight, engaged. Weights press up, and we lower and control. Five seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Cardio again. I'm gonna hit those mountain climbers. Come on, push. Make your transitions quick. We got 5, 3, 2, 1. lateral lunge with that hop out. I'm gonna go ahead and do burpees this time. I mean, we're already mostly doing them. May as well, right? We still have 10 seconds in these lunges. And go. Make it count here. Good. Indoor shoulder tap to ankle tap. Here we go. Woo! Stay with me. We're almost there. Ten more seconds. Three, two, one. Cardio. I'm gonna do some jump lunges here. Excellent. Grab your weights. Curtsy lunges. Right away into them. Woo! Twenty more seconds here, and then 20 seconds of our cardio. In 5 seconds we go. This time I've got squat jacks. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Ten more seconds, push. Relax. Woof. Get some water. We have one more little surprise round, but you got some time to catch your breath. Whew. Slow your heart rate down a bit. We are gonna do a ladder. So, from 10 to 1 rep. Our 2 exercises are gonna be our lateral lunge with the hop out and in, just single count. So I know it'll get where you're doing 1 extra on each leg. You should be okay. And if you think about starting the opposite rounds on opposite legs, then you should survive the 3. If you don't, the 3 extra reps you do towards one side isn't gonna cause any huge discrepancies in your body. So 10 reps of the lunge with hop out, 10 military presses. You have the option here, so you can transition a couple different ways. You could stay down on the 10th hop out, go straight into a kneel and do 10 presses and then jump back up, 9 vice versa, or you can do your presses standing. It really doesn't matter here. On the presses, as always, I want the focus to be in the core, holding it nice and stable. We're not using our knees for momentum to press. We're isolating those shoulders, feeling lats, core work, okay? This is our last little push. So we have 10 of the lateral lunge hop outs, 10 presses, 9, 9, all the way until we get down to 1. And then we are finito, okay? So, as fast as you can, control your pace as fast as you can. Let's get this thing done. Here we go. Moving at a pace you feel you can maintain throughout this. Remember, these first rounds are the worst. I don't want you sacrificing a good lunge to try and get through this really super fast. Woo! Just keep yourself moving. Whatever pace you need. Know that the beginning is the worst of it. Woo! I'm already whooped. We got this. Talk yourself through it. Come on. One at a time. All the way through. Once you're through that 7th, it's going to be a breeze. Oh, I just did lunges. I didn't do hops on accident. No wonder that round felt fast. Work through this. We got it. It's easier every time here. Woo! Come on. You got this. Little gut check here. easier each round. I'm right here with you guys. We're all here doing this dang thing. Woo! Stay with me. I'm on 2 here. Your best ones. Come here at the end. Woo! Keep working. All the way through those. You had nice recovery after. We'll stretch guys out. You got this. Controlling your tempo, your speed. We got plenty of time here. Keep breathing, keep working. I'll give you guys about 30 more seconds here. Finish that thing up, and then we will stretch it out. You can make your way to the ground. We'll do all of our stretching down there today. Make sure you get your water. Whew. Okay, if you're not done, please finish. Challenge yourself and join up with us when you finish. We are gonna start our stretching. Let's just start with our arms. Pull that shoulder across. About midway through, I said that wasn't much of a cardio class, but I guess I kind of end loaded it a little to my surprise too. Switch your arms. Now we'll reach down our back, pull in that elbow. And go ahead and switch. Good. Let's do some nice big shoulder rolls. Let the palms of your hands lie heavy on your thighs or on your knees. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. And then we're gonna lift them up, pull them back down our spine, roll them forward, and lift them up again. Thinking about doing about 6 in each direction here. I always have such a hard time rolling them forward. Feels like such a foreign thing to me. Good. When you feel good there, connect the soles of your feet. We're going to go into butterfly. You can pull your feet in close to your body. Maybe your elbows connect to your inner thighs to push down. Or you just think about opening up those hips by lowering your knees to the ground. Take some nice deep breaths. We start to slow our heart rate here. Good. However the transition is easiest for you, I want you to come onto all fours here, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, top of your feet laying flat against the ground. We're going to do a couple cat-cows here. So we tuck our chin, push your palms of your hand into the ground. Think about pulling your shoulder blades apart as your spine arches up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to exhale, drop our stomach, pull our shoulder blades together, and lift our forehead to the ceiling. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale here. One more inhale, and as you exhale again, you round into that cat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and on the exhale, sink into cow. One more little transition here, so it's just a quick inhale, exhale into cat. Inhale, exhale, into cow. Whichever way is best for you or easiest on your knees here, you can go kind of into a high plank, and then think about bringing that right knee up by your right hand. We're going to do a little pigeon. I know you kind of have a hard time seeing me, but we're thinking about going into pigeon here. So you can either sit with that left leg straight, palms on the ground, or you can lower yourself down onto your elbows if you can stretch that far. Maybe you go a little bit further with arms straight out on the ground. Relaxing your head. And we'll start to walk ourselves up to our palms again. We kind of turn that foot out. You can drive the knee back, and whatever transition again is easiest for you, we bring that left knee up by the left wrist. And we sink into whatever our body can handle today. And we start to push ourselves up out of that again. Good. Transition onto your butt and then straight away onto our back. We'll start with our eggshell, squeezing both knees tight into your chest. See if we can get that low back to loosen up a bit. And then you can release your knees. Let your feet stay together and connect on the ground. And then think about opening up your hips in opposite directions, similar to the butterfly here. Kind of letting gravity do its thing as those knees fall. Open in opposite directions. Release the tension in your low back, in your hips. Good. Now I want you to straighten your legs out. Straighten your hands to the wall behind you. Point those toes and really reach through your fingertips here. Feel the pull down your biceps and triceps, through your lats. Feel your core stretch out. Feel your quads Stretch, feel those toes, feel long, reach, reach, reach. We're gonna be here for about 5 more seconds. Reach, one last big pull. Good, relax there. Glue knees and ankles together. Bend those knees up at 90 degrees with them stacked over your hips. Think about your shoulders staying teed down to the ground, and we'll end with our spinal rotation, letting your knees fall heavy back and forth to each side. Again, releasing tension in that low back. Giving you some twist in that mid to low back, where we feel stiffness lots of the time. And then, as you feel good there, you can roll up however is comfortable for you. As always, I encourage you to stretch more after this, or maybe before you go to bed. Again, we don't do nearly enough stretching for what we do, but awesome job tonight, and we'll be back Thursday. Also, if you guys